Welcome to The Cycle of Rebirth from On Nature and The Purifications by Empedocles, Vegetarian, Part 2 of 2 on Words of Wisdom. Empedocles was born in 494 BC in the ancient Greek city of Akragas, situated in Sicily. He is considered one of the most important early Greek philosophers, along with Pythagoras and Heraclitus. Greatly influenced by the teachings of Pythagoras and Orpheus, he believed in the transmigration of souls and the equality of all beings. With eternal souls endlessly being born into new bodies, he was of the view that eating animal people flesh amounted to cannibalism and compared this to parents unknowingly killing their children and children unknowingly killing their parents. Thus, Empedocles was a strict vegetarian who advocated for the right to life for all of Earth's inhabitants. He is also credited with the cosmogonic theory of the 4 classical elements, in which all matter is derived from fire, air, water, and earth. This theory was to dominate the worldview of ancient Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East right up to the 17th century. It is also considered one of the earliest theories of particle physics. This was encompassed by the governing forces of love and strife, whereby love would unite and strife would divide all on earth. As a brilliant orator and poet with a deep knowledge of spirituality and the natural sciences, Empedocles' teachings are full of wisdom and insight. Let us continue with selections from his poetic works, The Purifications, which were translated into English by William Ellery Leonard in the book The Fragments of Empedocles. The Purifications, Expiation and Metempsychosis. There is a word of fate, an old decree, and everlasting of the gods, made fast with ample oaths, that whosoever of those far spirits, with their lot of age-long life, do foul their limbs with slaughter in offense, or swear forsworn, as failing of their pledge, shall wander thrice 10,000 weary years far from the blessed, and be born through time in various shapes of mortal kind, which change ever and ever troublous paths of life. For now air hunts them onward to the sea, now the wild sea disgorges them on land, now earth will spew toward beams of radiant sun, whence he will toss them back to whirling air. Each gets from other what they all abhor, and in that brood I too am numbered now, a fugitive and vagabond from heaven, as one obedient unto raving strife, carries abhorrous intolerable fate. For I was once already boy and girl, thicket and bird, and mute fish in the waves. This earth of ours, I wept and wailed, beholding the strange place. From what large honor and what height of bliss am I here fallen to move with mortal kind? This vale of tears, a joyless land, where slaughter and grudge, and troops of dooms besides, where shriveled diseases and obscene decays, and labors burdened with the water jars, to wander down the dismal meads or plains of Bane. There was Earth Mother, there the far-peering maiden of the sun, and bloody quarrel and grave-eyed harmony, and there was fair and foul, and speed and late, black-haired confusion and sweet maiden sure, growth and decay, and sleep and roused from sleep, action and rest, and glory many-crowned, and filth, and silence and prevailing voice. O mortal kind, O ye poor sons of grief, from such contentions and such sighings sprung. The changing forms. For from the living he the dead did make, their forms exchanging. all things does nature change, enwrapping souls in unfamiliar tunics of the flesh. The worthiest dwellings for the souls of men, when 'tis their lot to live in forms of brutes, are tawny lions, those great beasts that sleep couched on the black earth up the mountainside. But when in forms of beautiful plumed trees they live, the bays are worthiest for souls. The Golden Age. Nor unto them was any Aris god, nor Kidimos, nor Zeus, the king of gods, nor Kronos, nor Poseidon then, but only Aphrodite queen, whom they with holy gifts were wont to appease, with painted images of living things, with costly unguents of rich fragrancy, with gentle sacrifice of taintless myrrh, with fragrant fumes of frankincense, of old pouring libations out upon the ground with blood. Of many bulls was ever an altar stained, but among men 'twas sacrilege most vile to revolve or steal life and eat the goodly limbs. The sage. Was one among them there, a supreme man of vastest knowledge, gainer of large wealth, of understanding, and chief master-wise, of diverse works of skill and wisdom all. For whensoever he sought with scope and reach of understanding, then 'twas his to view readily each and everything that ever in 10 or 20 human ages throve. Those days. All things were tame and gentle toward men, all beasts and birds, and friendship's flame blew fair. The divine. For since, O Muse undying, thou could deign to give for these our paltry human cares a gateway to thy soul, O now much more Calliope of the beautiful dear voice, be near me now, beseeching, whilst I speak, excelling thoughts about the blessed gods. O well with him who has secured his wealth of thoughts divine. O wretched he whose care is shadowy speculation on the gods. We may not bring it near us with our eyes, we may not grasp it with our human hands, with neither hands nor eyes, those highways twain or two, whereby belief drops into minds of men. For 'tis adorned with never a man-like head, for from its back there swing no branching arms. It has no feet nor knees alert, but it lives, one holy mind, ineffable, alone, and with swift thoughts darts through the universe. But the wide law of all extends throughout broad rolling ether and the vast white sky. Animal sacrifice. Will ye not cease from this great din of slaughter? Will ye not see, unthinking as ye are, how ye rend one another unbeknown? The Father lifted for the stroke of death his own dear Son within a changed form, and slits his throat for sacrifice with prayers, a blinded fool. But the poor victims press, imploring their destroyers, yet not one but still is deaf to piteous moan and wail. Each slits the throat, and in his halls prepares a horrible repast. Thus too the son seizes the father, children the mother seize, and revolve or steal life and eat their own dear flesh, drawing the soul as water with the bronze. Ah, woe is me, that never a pitiless day destroyed me long ago, ere yet my lips did meditate this feeding's monstrous crime. Sin. Neither roofed halls of ages holding Zeus delighted, nor dire Hecate's venging house, scooping from fountains 5 with lusting bronze, Oh, fast from evil doing, since wildered by your evil doings huge, never shall ye free your life from heavy pains. The progression of rebirth, and seers at last, and singers of high hymns, physicians sage, and chiefs over earth-born men, shall they become, once germinate the gods, the excellent in honors, at hearth and feast companioned with immortals, from human pains and wasting eld immune.
I'm proud to be a vegan Muslim. Islam does not require eating meat. Sadha, vegan.
Treasured viewers, it was a delight to have your company today for Words of Wisdom.